tip is all about using the right hand. Now, if you want to think about how the brain works, the brain's got two hemispheres. The left is the logical, sequential, reasoning side of the brain, and the left hand, when you're using the Q chord, that's what his job is. His job is to hit the right chord, hit it at the right time, and move on to the next one. So he's actually fairly mechanical. But the right side of your brain, that's the interpretive, musical side, and your right hand gets that opportunity with the strum plate. This is where you get to be expressive. This is where the song actually comes alive. 3 chords here could be any song in the world, but it's the right hand that actually says, no, we're going to be playing Silent Night. So I wanted to talk about that. A lot of folks, when they start using a Q chord, they're going to just grab the strum plate and go like this. Let's get a chord started, like the C chord. I've turned down the strings so you can just hear the strum plate. And they'll start out with a song and they'll go like this, run their hand the full length. But it's hard, it's kind of tedious, you get tired quickly. And it doesn't sound like other instruments. That doesn't actually sound like a guitar. But if I use my 3 fingers, and it's almost always my index and these two, I use my index to go down here in the lower octave, down here where the basser notes are, and I'll just plunk one, and then I'll strum with these 2 fingers, and not very far, about an octave and a half. These little guys are an octave each, so it'll go. Kind of a guitar sound, but armed with that now, you can actually start to create song kind of feelings. I'll do that a lot with the guitar. I will also slow down and just grab one finger and go. Because that's kind of what they do with guitars. I'm going to lower this an octave because guitars tend to sound better an octave lower. And it's not like it's rigid. You can have fun with it. You can just start to move your hand around. And as I move it, I'm kind of rocking it back and forth a little bit. And as I move up the scale or down the scale, you can get close to interpreting what that song's going to be without actually hitting the exact note. So that's with the guitar. I also like to do different things with the piano sound. When I'm dealing with the piano, again, 3 fingers, but a piano is a percussion instrument. It's not like strumming. It's more like hitting keys like with a hammer. So I'll be pounding that way, sometimes all 3 fingers at once if I want a very full sound, but I will also do the bass note because a lot of pianists do that and a lot of songs are designed for that. So getting comfortable with this finger doing something down here and these guys rocking back and forth. Every now and then you'll do that, but you're not going to go like that too often, maybe at the end of a song. I also do vibes. Vibes is a different feel altogether. The vibraphones, you see people using vibraphones, they got the little hammers going, but it's a quick kind of back and forth sound. So I'll do this. And I'm using the 3 fingers, but I'm kind of wiggling them around, kind of alternating between, and it gives that kind of vibraphone vibe, if you will. I also like to use the harp. The harp is a fun instrument for lullabies and folk music, and it's similar to the vibraphone. I'm going to kind of move, 1 finger at a time, but I'm just going to go all over the place. And when I'm playing some of these songs, kind of watch my hands and see if you can't see that I'm actually, whether I'm doing that for the piano or this for the harp. It's just different. Now also, if you're going to play with the organ, I don't do the organ too often, but when I do, you just keep your hand down there. Keep this guy down on the low place and move these guys around. You've got a nice organ sound. You don't have to pound it. You just change the chords underneath your hand, and so the organ's really easy. It's not a lot of fun, but it's easy. And that's the quick tip number 2.